watertight. DAP Butyl-Flex does tough caulking jobs, protects against moisture damage and heat loss. Just 2 of more than 100 products from DAP.
Be a hero in your own home.
With DAP, the big name in home fix-up.
A federal jury in Charleston, West Virginia has begun deliberating in the case of Republican Governor Arch Moore, who's charged with extortion. When this nation was torn apart by racial violence in the 1960s, many names generated fear. Mention of the black Muslims could do that, for they were perceived as a white-hating, isolated black organization. But over the years, the image of the Muslims has changed. Randy Daniels reports.
Man that was made of nothing but sin, have no good in him at all. That's the white race.
The death of Elijah Muhammad last year and the transition of power to his son Wallace have produced radical changes. The most visible difference in the Muslim movement today is the acceptance of whites and other races into the formerly all-black sect. Dorothy 13X Dorsey, a PhD in anthropology and former Roman Catholic nun, is one of the first whites to join the Muslim ranks.
Being a Muslim is to be peaceful. And in terms of being able to come into the Nation of Islam, certainly I am grateful.
And there are more changes. In a major move designed to gain greater support among blacks, the Muslims' Harlem Temple has been renamed in honor of Malcolm X, the fiery Muslim minister who broke away in 1965, later dying at the hands of Muslim assassins. The Nation of Islam has long denied taking any part in the assassination. The cloak of secrecy which shielded Muslim financial holdings has been partially lifted, and in the process, the image of a successful economic empire has faded a bit. The Muslims operate a chain of stores and shops nationwide, and although known assets total $46 million, the group is more than $5 million in debt. Last year, the Muslims' large agricultural enterprises lost $1 million. Here, at this plantation, and in other Muslim businesses, corruption and inefficient management took its toll. Muslim officials have called in some outside professional consultants to help straighten out the financial problems. New, more skilled managers chosen from the membership expect to turn the businesses around. The farms are expected to gross at least $750,000 this year.
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
The Internal Revenue Service is looking into Muslim financial affairs after a long legal battle waged by the Nation of Islam to gain tax-exempt status. For years, Elijah Muhammad withheld federal taxes in protest over the government's refusal to recognize the Muslims as a legitimate religious organization. The exemption is still pending. Despite the Nation of Islam's financial woes, the organization continues to acquire property and expand. Perhaps the most important change by the Muslims is a new emphasis on politics. Members, for the first time, are being permitted, even urged to vote.
The recognition that we live in a country which utilizes political forces as a means of making changes in its structure meant that in order to begin to participate more fully in what was happening in our own communities, we had to identify ourselves as being a political force to be reckoned with.
It is the Muslim vote that has piqued the interest of politicians. Total membership is estimated at more than 100,000. Some black leaders view a possible Muslim voter bloc as a welcomed and potent political force.
Any increased voter registration is a plus. And the fact that the Nation of Islam will bring into the political arena a disciplined group of registered voters means it will have even more impact. The Nation of Islam's influence goes beyond the realm of its direct membership. To that extent, it will have a tremendous influence. Certainly, it will discourage the notion that we experienced in 1968 of don't vote or why vote, or there's a futility in voting.
Observers of Muslim affairs see this latest political activity as a prelude to endorsements of candidates and an effort to develop some clout in the black political arena. The national impact of the Muslim vote has not been assessed, but it places Wallace Muhammad in a position to swing key state and local elections in cities with heavy Muslim populations.
Now let us get busy right here and build this new world, and I assure you we won't be ruled by any other self-government in the new world. Assalamu alaikum.
Randy Daniels, CBS News, Chicago.
The makers of 3 widely used antiperspirant aerosol sprays, Sure, Secret, and Arid XX, say they will stop using the ingredient zirconium. There's been laboratory evidence that zirconium causes lung damage in monkeys. Well, if you're not addicted to the new television craze Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman, you should know that life often gets very involved for the lead character, a housewife from Fernwood, Ohio, and it got a little involved too for actress Louise Lasser, who plays Mary. Well, you see, she was shopping this weekend at a Los Angeles boutique, bought a lot of things, then found out the store wouldn't accept her credit card. At that, police say, Miss Lasser got angry and quarreled with the manager. At that, the manager called the police. The police arrested her. Then they say they found she had not paid 2 old traffic tickets, and then the police say they found cocaine in her handbag. Louise Mary Hartman Lasser now is due in court May 12th.
It doesn't cramp my style.
Doesn't cramp my style.
What doesn't cramp my style? Phillips Milk of Magnesia. When I have constipation, I rely on Phillips. It really works, and it doesn't interfere with my day.
Phillips formula works a special way that draws your natural body water to where it's needed to soften gently and work effectively. Relieves constipation in hours, usually without cramps. Phillips, regular, chocolate, or mint.
It really works, and it doesn't cramp your style.
Whether you drive in the city or under big sky, if you're a smart buyer, the tire to buy is Atlas. This brand has the smooth ride. And mileage? Oh, yeah. Plus sure-footed handling to get you there. That's Atlas. Especially when the roads are rough. Atlas tires